So guys, Moto Guzzi. Here we have a Moto Guzzi V7 Sport, and we are gonna take it for a test ride now. So we're gonna stop by the usual spot for a quick overview of the bike, the way it looks, some technical specs, and then we're gonna take it for a longer ride. Oh, so, oh my god, it feels heavy, doesn't she? Did you see the shake of the oh, it's already in gear, it's already in, okay, and gear, first gear. To get used to this thing. It's all shaky shaky. It's all shaky shaky. The position of the pegs is very weird, I'd say. Where's the lever? Can't find the lever. Oh! Okay. Need to get used to it. Really need to. Go. Second. Okay, it's very torquey. Wow! It's very torquey. Wow, okay. Now I'm getting used to it. It's guys, these are different motorbikes from, you know, from those kind of Japanese bikes. Let's go left for a second. The riding position is so much different. Come on. I still need to understand how this gearbox works, honestly. It's not very intuitive. All right. Okay, down. Whoa, man, but the torque is unbelievable. It's in sport, by the way. Maybe I should put it in road for now. I think road would be better. Okay, let's stop at the usual place. Alright, first gear. Put it like in... So the position of the gear lever is very different from all the other bikes. And also, I just noticed, it's a bit... The position of the foot pegs is very forward compared again to other road bikes. It's very low. I believe it's only 78 centimeters, the seat height here. So, as you can see, it's a V-twin 90 degrees transversal mounted, which is typical of Moto Guzzi. 18 inches tires at the front, 17 at the back, I think, yeah, 17. 67 horsepower. About the torque, I can't really remember, but I believe it's something around 78 Newton meter of torque. Now, the wet weight of this thing is 220 kilograms, but consider that you have a very generous 21 liters fuel tank, which is massive. It looks gorgeous, in my opinion, just a bit different. You must get used to it. Also, one thing I want to show you, when you turn the engine on, look what happens. That's unusual. Look how the bike, you see? Did you see how the bike was shaking? Because the position of the cylinder basically moves the bike in a transversal way. It's very different from many other things I've ridden except for the Mandello. So yeah, okay, let's jump on the bike. Okay, let's move it. Okay, now it's in, man. Okay, it's like you don't have much of a feeling much of a feel that you put the bike in gear. You know, it just happens, but you don't really hear or feel any particular click, let's say. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Moto Guzzi. By the way, let's put this thing in strada. You see strada, it's in Italian. Strada would be road. Then there is pioggia, which would be rain in Italian. And then there is, of course, sport, which is just sport. But let's go strada for now. The torque, man, the torque is amazing. All right. Finding the second gear is not very easy, I have to say. The gearbox is not the most refined, for sure. And also don't have much of a feel for the rear brake either. Again, it's a bit rough, all a bit, you know, shaky, but that gives character to the bike, of course. Let's go, Moto Guzzi. No, first, second. Oh, found it, but it's very quirky. All right, so I'm gonna. That's a bike I've just ridden before. I'm gonna tell you something about the history of this brand, because probably many of you don't really know much about Moto Guzzi, but Moto Guzzi is basically the oldest motorcycles brand in Europe. It was founded in 1921 by two friends after the World War I. So these guys, they used to fly airplanes, and they had a dream. It was actually three of them, but the last one died before or just after the war, World War I was over. So the remaining two, they founded the Moto Guzzi, and maybe you don't know this, but they actually won 14 World Championship GP, you know, GP championships. Of course, this was in the past, you know, back in the day, but also 11 Isle of Man competitions. They won 11 of them. Now, these bikes are still made in Italy by the Como Lake. So the factory is still the original one. It was never changed. They are fully designed and made in Italy. And the transversal mounted engine, which is the iconic engine for Moto Guzzi, was basically introduced in 1960, and this is still an evolution of it. So that's it. So now you have more insights and more about the history of this badge. By the way, if you look at the badge of Moto Guzzi, which is that kind of winged eagle, that's basically a tribute to the third guy, the third friend, who died in a test flight, I think just after the World War I. So that's the reason of the badge in this motorbike. Now, motorway, it's a very easy drive. It's very planted. It's actually pretty heavy, as we said already. Yeah. Again, you need some, let's see, acceleration test. Oh yeah, my God. Oh yeah. Yeah. Plenty of juice and plenty of torque. They are very torquey, these engines. It's all shaking. Look, I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but the bike is basically shaking this way because of the cylinders fighting each other. I like it though. It's a nice experience. A shaky experience. Okay, let's go. But you see the throttle feels very connected to the engine, not like the MT-09. Nice. Yeah, it's very torquey. Now again, what I don't like, but that's just me, you know, it's not really a cons of the bike, is the seat height. It's very low. just the kind of bike. They come with lower seats. So again, I'm not a big fan of lower seats. In fact, that's the main reason I changed, or I swapped my first Suzuki SV650, the last model, for the MT09. But you know, they are nice bikes. I kind of enjoying it. Even the shaky feeling, even all these kind of tremors, they are also present in the handlebars and on the seat. So it's the full experience, the full shaky experience that makes this bike alive and adds a lot of character to it, in my opinion. So it's not the cons, it's actually a very good pro. Not being too refined is a good pro, I think, because modern motorbikes tend to be a bit too refined. MT09, Yamaha, Tracer 9, you know, are an example of this extra refinement, honestly. That's what I would say. So, well done Moto Guzzi for sticking to your plan, designing the motorbikes the way you want and the way you like, you know, adding character to them. So now you don't just buy a motorbike, but essentially what you buy is a piece of history and a different way to think, to design, to make, you know, two wheels objects, if you like. All right. So now let's see how this beauty handles in the twisties. And also it's all stylish, you know. Even the dashboard, it's LCD, but it's nice. You know, I think it really fits with the style of the brand. Okay, let's see. So let's put it in sport, sorry. Pioggia, sport, no, pioggia, sorry. One more. Sport, okay, sport. Okay, you can already feel the bike is way, oh yeah. Yes. Okay, you don't have the brr, brr, the constant brr, brr of the MT09, you know. But the bike is there. Handles well, actually. It handles pretty beautifully. You know, it's just the weight transfer, of course, because the bike is very heavy. It takes a bit more to lean down, I'd say. But it's totally fine. As we said, it's not a sport bike. It's not meant to be for that. So, bada bim, bada boom. Third gear, second gear. Oh, did you see that? You see, that's what I was telling you. I put the bike in second gear and I left the clutch out too quickly. Thanks. But that's what happened. Now I got to the limiter. Okay, I think I would say again is the gearbox. I don't like it too much. You don't really have too much of a feel of what's going on there. You really go up and down. You don't really get it if it's really happened or not. You see now second, did you see the bike? It was shaking. Oh my god. Even the clutch. It's on the hard side. It's a bit hard to pull. So I'm using 2 fingers, but you might need more at some point if you get too tired. So it's way rougher than an MT09 or a Japanese bike in general, that's for sure. But guys, again, if you have the character, you don't have the refinement probably, I don't know. But say it pulls, but I already got it to the limiter. So it lets you go until you get probably to 7,000, and then the limiter, you know, kicks in and stops you. Second. All right. This guy's going faster than me. And also the gearbox, it needs quite a strong input to go up and down, you know. the gearbox could be a bit better, honestly, despite the character. It's fun though, man. It's something. It's something, this bike. It gives you some emotion. Oh, yes. It really punches you to the face when you twist the throttle. The torque is like instantaneous. It could be like an electric car, this thing. It's not linear for sure, I can tell you. It's not linear. It's really, really aggressive. So slow. Get used to it now, huh? I'm liking it more. It takes really a while because the bike is so different. But once you get used to it, I think these are those kind of machines that you really fall in love with. Also, with 21 liters tank, you can literally travel the world. You don't need like an adventure bike. The tank is so generous. So, if you didn't do it already, remember to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like, even if you didn't like the video, even if the video was shite, just leave a like and a nice comment and subscribe and tell your friends, because I want to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. At the moment it's only 260, I think, so it's still a long way. Kidding, of course, I'm kidding. I don't care. Do what you want, guys. Do what you want. Getting used to it, man. Now I find it more natural, the position of gear, clutch, gear lever and everything. You see the limiter? The limiter kicked in. It stopped me. But you see how quickly it goes up. Look, the torque is really impressive. It's not just the torque, it's really the way it's delivered. It's literally on-off. It's exponential. I can't believe that a 67 horsepower engine can deliver this freaking brutal torque this way. Mirrors, they're actually good. Small but good. They're actually better than them T09. Color, yeah. It's a test. It's a demo test ride. It's nice though. It's like it. You see what happens when you have an iconic bike with you and not the standard boring Yamaha or Honda. That's what happens. People love it and they ask you about that. Oh, okay, suspensions are okay. Good enough. That's exactly what happens when you ride something different, something more iconic, like this beautiful Moto Guzzi. And I think this brand is not really well known. And to be honest with you, at least back in the day, when I say back in the day, maybe 20, 25, between 20 and 30 years ago, Moto Guzzi, at least in Italy, were considered motorbikes for all people. And they still are. So they are not those kind of bikes that you will see many young fellas riding, right? But things are now changing also because, wait, second, yes. Also because now Moto Guzzi, I think since 2006, if I'm not wrong, it basically belongs to the Piaggio group. If you don't know what Piaggio group is, well, I find it weird, but you know, they are those guys building those beautiful Vespas scooters. And if you don't know what a Vespa scooter is, well, you are probably not in the right channel, man. You should be watching something different. But yeah, so Moto Guzzi is now part of the Piaggio group. The same thing is for Aprilia. Aprilia also belongs to the Piaggio group. So once again, for all these extra info that I'm giving you, remember to subscribe, like the video, and that's it. And leave a comment if you want. If you want. If you don't want, leave it anyway. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? First gear. Moto Guzzi. Let's go. What's going on? Gearbox could be better. Definitely better. So now we are gonna head back to the shop. Another short motorway trip. So guys, to wrap it up, let's try to give this beautiful Moto Guzzi V7 Sport some scores, some final scores. So what's the verdict here? Engine, amazing, really torquey, fast, playful, plenty of character, even the vibrations I like. So engine is really a gem. Transmission, the opposite. It really needs like a strong input. You need to get used. It's not very smooth, I would say. The transmission is not very smooth. Many times I couldn't find the second gear. I was pushing, repushing, and it wouldn't just put it back in second gear. It gets a bit better maybe when the bike is warm enough. Torque, amazing. Brakes, amazing. Comfort, again, for short riders, probably very good because the seat is good. Also the padding is very generous and good. So it's a comfortable bike, I think. Just the seat height, because of the kind of bike, for me, it's a bit too low. So after a while, I get, a bit tired of my upper legs. But that's just me. So handling for whatever this bike is, is good enough. Not again meant to go race tracks or do crazy stuff on the road. You can still have plenty of fun, but you don't need to lean down, so much like you would do, for example, in MT09. Yeah. So the thing I mostly like is the character, the shaking of the whole thing. It's shaking, but it's in a nice, natural way. It's not excessive. It's pleasant. It gives you that extra character. Clutch is a bit on the tough side, so you need, some input. It's not very light. But man, it's a beautiful bike. It's a beautiful bike. It's a beautiful bike. So come and have a look by yourself at Mega Bikes, Ballymount, Dublin. I don't know where I'm going. Will I leave it here? Wow. Experience.